The first question is, multiple choice question. A, the pool of death, the group of death was maybe not so deadly. B, maybe you guys are just killers. C, all of the above. Discuss.
I think it was tough. And honestly, we really had to play well to win every single match. We had to stick to our process even when we had we had some not worrisome deuce points, but I would say the deuce points that we lose, maybe we split sets or something like that, and it makes the match more complicated. And I felt like Erin did such a great job of trusting herself, and she returned great on those points, and I did a good job of trusting myself on my serve, and served a couple good second serves in some of our matches on those big points. And honestly, it really comes down to the wire, but luckily we didn't have to play any super tiebreakers because those can be such a crapshoot on the day. And really, really pleased with our performances the whole week.
Yeah, I agree.
Ditto.
There was a ton of deuce points, a lot of really close sets, so it could have gone definitely either way.
Putting aside the things that you guys have discussed about the conditions here, because there's never been ever wind or bad bounces or any tennis tournament ever until this week. I know you talked about just dealing with it, but tactically in the wind, and these are tips that could be applied to any tennis player. Tactically in the wind, what are you looking to do to minimize the damage there?
I think a big one is to get to the net early, which I think we try and do anyway. But it's especially important in the wind and with the conditions, just because it gives the ball first serve to make more first serves is a big one that helps us. Those are two big ones, I think.
Agreed. And you can see our opponents today, especially Barbara. She came forward probably a lot more than she normally would, so I felt
pressure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But it was clearly she did something different. So it was
totally.
Yeah, she knew too that she had to do that.
And when I recall your trip to Wimbledon in 2018, when you just kind of got on the plane on a goof, didn't even know if you were going to get into the qualifying.
Oh,
got into the qualifying, made the main draw, and took the checks to 3 sets.
That's funny.
So
I Alexa, I don't play Craig Jones in the first round.
No way.
So I feel like there was almost a full circle coming to here.
Yeah.
What is different about you now than it was 5+ years ago?
Oh wow, quite a bit, I think. It is weird that that's who we played in the first round. It's funny because I know them from juniors because we're all the same age. So yeah, I did know them a little bit at the time, and I think now even more. I think it was nice that we played them in Cleveland earlier this year, just to kind of know how our games match up against them. How am I different? I guess I'm very different. I think, I've learned a lot, grown a lot. I guess I'm 5 years older, so that's probably a good thing. But yeah, I would say probably the biggest thing is just just mentally a little stronger, I think. I take the not so high and low. I'm a little more neutral than just because you kind of have to be in this life.
You don't really necessarily know who you're going to play on the weekend. It looks like it could be Malakar and Perez, who you've not played before.
Right, we've never played them, yeah.
So it's another style to adapt to.
Right.
Is there anything that you guys would have to do differently? Is there anything that's been consistent throughout the 3 matches that you played against very different teams?
I think consistently done a pretty good job of trusting our strengths overall, and then I think the adjustment will be they play more old school doubles, probably a little bit more like us, and so we'll just have to watch their matches from this week, get a little scouting report together from our coaching team. I played them a couple times last year in some big matches. I remember at Rogers Cup in the semis, and then in the finals of Tokyo, and won the Tokyo one, but I lost them in the semis, which me and Juju really learned from, I thought, going into that final. So I think probably taking a look at what happened there and learning from it again, and just seeing what they're doing well now. Obviously they seem to be managing the conditions and the delays and everything really well, but I think at the end of the day, with any team that you play, the balance has still got to be in your favor of sticking to your guns and what you know to be your strengths and what you do best, no matter what the other team is bringing to the table. So, I think we just keep on keeping on.
One last one. Is it true that with human nature that when you're losing, the ball bounces are more pronounced, the wind is worse on your side, every little niggle that you might have is even worse? Is that a fair thing to say? You guys have all been through it, and why do you think that is?
I think that's like the sport is so about like your emotions and managing them that I think you feel a lot of things when you're on the match court. Like everyone's out here trying to win, and you're feeling things like more intensely than you would be if it was like not a high pressure situation. So I guess at the time, it probably feels like it's like, spiraling out of your control and things like that are happening. But I think we're all we're all dealing with it, I would say. Unlucky, but I mean, tennis is 5%, what did you say, 5% luck?
Yeah, 5% luck, and perception is not always reality.
Yeah.
Good.